And now the latest scores and highlights from across the River region. This is Evening Edition Sports.
Tonight, the SIU women's basketball team will tip off their first and last exhibition game of the season. This season, the Lady Salukis will look to rebound from last year's 2-win performance. Tonight's exhibition game with the Division IIA Christian Brothers Buccaneers is the only scheduled exhibition game of the women's basketball preseason schedule. This will be the first chance for fans to see Tiber's heralded recruiting class that was ranked as the 37th best in the nation by ESPN. But Tiber says while they're talented, they're still just freshmen.
And I think a big thing that's going to make us better this year is, yes, we have some talented freshmen, and there's going to be days where they look like freshmen and days they look like superstars. But I think a key of our program is going to be that the improvement in our sophomore class from a year ago. Not just that they're sophomores, but that they're improved at their positions and they've worked really hard to become better.
Tip-off tonight is at 7:05 from the SIU Arena. Brian Dixon from the Saluki Cross Country team was named one of the Missouri Valley Conference's Elite 18 winners this fall. Dixon receives the honor for his success both in the classroom and in his sport. The award is given out to the athlete with the highest GPA and competing in the Valley Finals. Dixon finished in 9th at Sunday's MVC Cross Country Championships. So to the ice now, the Chicago Blackhawks hosted the Nashville Predators last night for a Halloween party. Pick it up in the first period, just 25 seconds in, and the Predators are on the board. Late in the first now, and it's Patrick Kane here. He's going to tie it up with a wrister, and he puts that one behind Pekka Rinne. So let's move on to the third period. Tie game. The Hawks working it around in the Predators zone, and Michael Frolik's going to set up Brian Bickle to rip the go-ahead goal. Late in the third period now, the Hawks trying to hang on to the one-goal lead, and not going to happen. David Legwong ties it up. So this one went to OT, and here's Victor Stahlberg on a 3-2 rush, but doesn't need anyone, pulls it up himself, and that's your game winner, and that's Stahlberg's third goal in his last 2 games. Former SIU pitcher Jason Frazier will return to the Chicago White Sox next year. Today, the Sox announced they have picked up the option on Frazier's contract worth $3.75 million. Frazier was traded to the White Sox last year mid-season and wrapped up the year 3-3 with a 3.74 ERA. And some other MLB moves. CC Sabathia won't be looking for a new team this winter. The New York Yankees ace signed a new 5-year deal worth $122 million. Sabathia had the opportunity to opt out of the deal and test the free agent market, but instead decided to stay in the Bronx. The new deal is worth $30 million more than his previous deal and keeps him a Yankee for a year longer. While veteran pitcher Derek Lowe will head to the Cleveland Indians after the Atlanta Braves traded him yesterday for a minor leaguer. The Indians will only have to pay $5 million of Lowe's $15 million price tag next year. And Washington Nationals manager Davey Johnson will return to the team to manage next year. Last year, Johnson took over as manager following Jim Riggleman stepping down mid-season. All right, so now let's move over to the NFL and Monday Night Football last night, where the Kansas City Chiefs had a chance to move into a 3-way tie in the AFC West. So let's cue up those highlights. And hey, look, there we go. We got Matt Castle there, and ladies and gentlemen, Matt Castle is going deep, looking for rookie John Baldwin, who hauls in the 39-yard touchdown pass. Let's go ahead and fast forward now to the fourth quarter. Chargers down 8 and threatening. Handoff goes to Curtis Brinkley, and now Chargers down 2. They'd make the 2-point conversion to tie the game. So all even at 20, just over a minute to go, Chargers with the ball, and Chargers not with the ball. Phillip Rivers can't handle the snap on the Kansas City 15-yard line, and the Chiefs recover. So overtime now, the Chiefs kicker Ryan Sukup for the win, and he drills it from 30. Chiefs take this game 23-20, the final. After the game, Phillip Rivers says the Chargers win this game if he doesn't fumble late in the game.
Yeah, obviously there's throws you want back, but none of that being changed. If I handle the snap, all that doesn't matter. We end up winning the game.
So, David, obviously one of the big issues in college athletics this year has been conference realignment. Sounds like the Big East is making some moves. They've kind of thrown geography out the window.
They really have. Today, they've announced 6 more additions. They've invited 6 teams, Boise State, Navy, and Air Force for just football, and then SMU, Houston, and Central Florida for all sports. And also they have that big issue going on with West Virginia trying to get out of the Big East to move over to the Big 12. West Virginia threatening a lawsuit right now against the Big East, so this whole realignment deal is getting pretty messy.
It ought to be interesting to see what happens.
It definitely should.
Thanks, David.